Claire, where did you find this one?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Why?
Babes in Toyland,
What an
1961.
Absolute crock of shit.
What's the story here?
I don't even remember. So sometimes I think maybe Gremlins sneak in and add films to my list. So I think this might have been in a list of films that are unexpectedly creepy. And I can see what they were getting at. so that's good. What did we all think?
Fabulous.
Pretty bloody awful. Fabulous, okay.
I thought it had a good start.
It did start very well.
Yeah.
It went really downhill, but it started off, wow. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was impressed with the
goose
beginning.
talking through the curtains.
As soon as
with
Not
its...
the goose.
Yes, the goose.
What?
I love that goose. As soon as that goose's head came through the curtains, I was like, this is great already. I'm going to love this. I feel like I'm at Disneyland. And then the curtains opened and I felt even more like I was at Disneyland. I was like, oh my God. It's a theme park film.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
the goose
if the
reminded
whole
me...
thing... Oh, go on.
Oh, sorry, the goose reminded me of Gertrude from... what was it? Journey
to the Centre of the Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I liked Gertrude, and I have to say I didn't like the goose.
Wow.
You didn't like the goose.
You didn't like the goose?
Sorry about that. So you liked the goose?
I did like the goose.
Yeah.
So I can't say why.
Did you not find the rest of it creepy?
I mean, it was all creepy.
Okay, it was all creepy, including the goose.
I think that might have been the one non-creepy element.
Yeah, I don't think the goose was creepy. To be fair, I don't think most of it... I think the creepiest thing was Tom. And the rest wasn't that creepy. Tom was a total creep. Like, Tom can fuck right off.
Didn't get that.
What a dick. Like, get out of here.
Love, Laura.
What a horrible, disgusting... Ugh. I got really bad vibes from Tom.
Oh, just vibes, or could you say why?
I'm sure I could elaborate.
Or do you want to come to that later?
Well, yeah, let's come to it. Let's go around and get all of our impressions.
Okay.
Oh, impressions. Claire, what were your impressions? I think I've gotten a good sense of them already.
Yeah, I mean, so did pantos exist in 1961?
Not in America.
So. Oh,
because I feel like this was just desperate to be a panto, and I didn't know if maybe it was like a forerunner of panto or something.
Do you not like panto?
But yeah, I mean, it's fine for kids.
Oh. Stop.
I didn't get it. There were too many unbelievable. Like it was just weird and like a stage show, but without any real character. Oh, I don't even know. It was just a disaster. The whole thing, start to finish.
It was a disaster.
The songs were rubbish.
It was charming, though. It was quite magical. A magical disaster.
Was it magical?
Well,
certainly didn't feel real.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a bit magical, wasn't it?
Felt like I was on acid.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like I was on acid. Oh, I've got fever dream written in big letters at the top here.
Do you know what? The one time I've had a fever, I imagined someone was creepily looking at me from behind the curtains.
Oh.
I feel like that was less scary than watching this film.
Fernando, did you find it creepy?
Did I find it creepy? No, I think I just disagreed with many of the things that happened. I disagreed with the notion that once you're married to someone, as in why did he want to get married to Mary? As in, getting married to someone doesn't automatically make them love you. So
who? The villain, Barnaby.
Barnaby. Yes.
He wanted her money.
He wanted her money.
Oh, he wanted the money, but he said that he was rich anyway.
He wants to be richer.
He was telling her that he was rich.
He was.
I don't think he really had a castle in
time.
Spain. Yeah, I think he was trying to get her to marry him for his money, but really, she was the one with all the money.
But then he had already stolen the sheep, and her source of income was the sheep. So he was rich already.
Unbeknownst to her, she had a huge fortune somehow from somewhere. Don't question it.
Oh, in that case, I totally approve of this then. Oh, I've changed my mind. It was a good show.
Okay. Oh, I'm glad.
Play the music.
Yeah. Nailed it.
Yeah.
So while we're on Barnaby, I'm going to say he rescued this film.
Oh, absolutely.
And this film would have been close to nothing without Barnaby.
Yeah.
But with him, it was actually pretty entertaining at times.
Definitely.
Don't oversell it, Michael.
Yeah. With him, it was actually kind of all right. Nearly.
I watched the first 15 minutes with Kira. Because I was like, oh my god, this is so good, you have to watch it. Let's put it back to the start, I'll play it for you. And then as soon as she was pretty involved, and then Barnaby came on the screen, she was like, oh, that's a very good boy. That's a very good boy.
What does that mean?
It means like, I'm so invested in this cat, just, oh, excellent. Such a good boy.
Did she watch the rest of it with you?
No, she'd just come in from work and she was like, it started to go a bit downhill after we'd met Barnaby. So she bounced out. And I watched the rest of it today. From the beginning again. So I've now seen the beginning 3 times. And
okay.
Yeah, it's wonderful. What a great start to a film.
Really?
That really lost its way.
So what was good about the start? You're going to have to help me out here.
I felt like I was in the audience of a show at Disneyland.
No, but the shows at Disneyland are good.
I just like a set.
And they last about 10 minutes and then you get to do something different.
Well, that's what the opening was, about 10 minutes, so I think that's what got me really involved. Had a lot of... The first song was quite good. Drink Your Lemonade. I don't know why it was about lemonade, but, I mean, I don't need to know. Don't want to know.
When life gives you lemonade, drink your lemonade.
Yeah, it was all right, wasn't it? It was very fairy tale and quite pleasing. It was still just a bit too old-fashioned and weird. It was like the bit in The Wizard of Oz where she's first arrived in Oz.
Yeah, that's what
and
it reminded me
everything's
of.
colourful.
Lovely.
And it's just a bit weird and just horribly scary. And there are the lollipop children who are actually old men, and there are everyone's not quite human, and it's a bit sickening and just uncomfortable. And I felt the same in this.
Yep.
I know what you mean. Yeah. Well, still. Also, they didn't get to Toyland for an hour.
Yeah.
A whole
Toyland's
hour
a pretty
passed.
small part of it overall.
Yeah. Which was a shame. I feel
who
like
were the babes?
Yeah, who were the babes?
Were they all the babes?
Was it the children? It's meant to be like children in Toyland, although the children just started a sweatshop in Toyland. That was surprising.
They were loving it though, weren't
were they? Because I feel like even the song, they were like, "Oh, I'm tired," and then the adults would come in and be like, "Keep making toys."
Yeah,
but then when they told them to go to bed, they were like, "No, we don't want to eat. We want to make more toys."
Yeah, I guess they were happy. Yeah, a lot of this film was surprising.
Yeah, I definitely didn't see any of it coming.
Yeah, not a predictable film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe Fernando predicted it all. Would you say this was surprising?
Was this surprising? Was this surprising? No. Wait, was it surprising for you? Well, you did say that it was extremely surprising.
I guess, like, from 1 minute to the next, I didn't know what was going to happen.
Can we just go through the plot?
Was interesting. Okay.
Can we just... Okay, we've got fairly normal setup. Tom and Mary.
Yeah,
a villain.
Going to get married.
Yep, wants Mary's money. She doesn't know about the fortune. That's a bit weird.
Yeah.
Decides to do away with Tom. Gets a couple of goons to do that. Then from there, starts to get a bit surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the goons are like, let's sell him to the gypsies.
Classic.
Yeah.
I've heard tell that gypsies buy babies. So yeah, we all know that.
And Tom's
fantastic.
Now the star of the travelling gypsy show.
Yeah, over a day.
As an old woman. Yeah.
He did that in a day.
Yeah.
Is that why they bought him? Because they needed a star.
I mean, if I was a gypsy and somebody tried to sell me an adult man, I think probably I would take the money and then talk to the adult man and be like, shall we go and fuck them up and get our own bag?
Yeah, he really committed. This is what put me off Tom at first, is that he really committed to his performing number as an old woman. But then his commitment just lapsed and he just threw off the cape and was like, here I am.
Yeah. And the moment he threw off the cape, it was like his ability to act evaporated. He was so boring to watch. He was just so nothingy.
It reminded me of Donny Osmond. I felt like I was watching him
me too.
present a TV show.
Yeah, but like Donny Osmond without style.
Yeah.
Donny Osmond's not stylish, is
he? Charisma black hole.
Yeah. Donny Osmond is charismatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just accept that.
Sorry, guys.
Whereas Tom and Mary were just utter wet blankets.
Yeah. Oh God, weren't they just the worst?
Yeah.
Gosh, she could have done a lot worse than Barnaby.
She could have had
At least Barnaby was interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So from there,
how did they end up in the woods?
The kids went to find the sheep because they thought that she was too poor or didn't want to marry.
In the forest of no return.
Sorry, did your mic speed up there, Michael?
Yeah.
Trees capture them. The adults come. The trees are suddenly trees again. Until the morning, arbitrarily, they decide to capture them again. But they work for the toy man, the toy master, who's also the chief of police. Yeah, they're like
on commission.
And the mayor of Toyland. Right, that makes sense. Great, that's good writing.
I mean, he is the only resident of Toyland.
Literally, so he has all the positions.
Yeah. Oh no, there's this servant, Grumio.
Oh yeah.
Assistant, yes.
Yeah.
Grumio est in Horto.
Yeah, I liked Grumio.
Yeah. He puts up with a lot of shit.
He does.
Like, he could really... There's got to be money in his inventions.
Oh, he's clearly a bright guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Some pretty good inventions.
Invented some pretty amazing stuff, yeah.
3D printer, essentially.
Yeah. So then they become
so weird.
slave labourers.
Yeah,
for
then they start
the toy master.
Just the children, though. I didn't see any of the adults making any toys.
No, they just kind of moved stuff around.
They were supposedly pitching in, but yeah, they didn't seem to do a lot of the heavy work.
Yep. Barnaby gets hold of the shrink ray. Shrinks a couple of people. That's fine. Decides to make Mary marry him. What happens then? Oh yeah, Tom suddenly has the ability to awaken toys into life.
Yeah.
Again.
Yep.
Sure, why not? That's totally out with the rules that you've established for this film. But whatever. Barnaby dies? Does he die? And then everything's fine and they just get married. And I don't know if they even made all the toys in time for Christmas.
I guess I'm not too fussed. Yeah, Barnaby was shrunk, wasn't he?
Yes.
Oh, and then he just disappeared. We didn't see him again, did we?
Stabbed by Tom and fell into a box.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was weird. Yeah, maybe he was dead. Oh, dear, who knows? That whole fight, that was just the worst thing. So Mary, we talked about how useless and wet and just flat she is, and every song she does, she's barely even singing. She was so uncommitted and so uninteresting. But then like, okay, there's a lot of films where the dashing man is fighting the villain and the woman is hiding in the corner saying, "Watch out!"
But she's 20 times
but she was 20 times the size of them, and she shrunk Barnaby and then went and hid again. What was he going to do? Was he going to stab her in the ankle or something? She just needed to stamp on him or pick him up or something. She had utter control, and the fact that she was hiding showed an idiocy on the part of either her or the filmmakers or the supposed audience.
That does make sense.
That was just staggering.
They've already set her up as an idiot. She's got a whole song about how she can't do simple maths.
Yes.
Oh
she
my
spends
god!
5 minutes
So we just
saying,
did.
"I just can't do the sums." Oh,
Yeah.
That's why I'll get married to this old man who I hate.
So much wrong with that song. I just don't even know where to start.
Well, I know where to start.
Okay.
So I've got it written here. I can't do the sum for worst song ever. She's singing in her chest voice, right?
Okay.
And it just sounds so rubbish. Just like she's not even trying to sing. It sounded like Emma Watson in the creepy CGI Beauty and the Beast remake, where she just can't sing, and so they just had her like basically say the words and then auto-tune the hell out of it. I think this was the 1961 equivalent of that. Just have her sing in the lowest register that she can manage, just put as little effort in, and we'll just do as much of it as we can in post.
Was post a thing in 1961?
Yeah, you need to mix it and stuff. I don't know.
I think they just recorded it onto a bit of tape and then played it back.
Yeah, but then they'll do the instruments to try and cover it or whatever. In any case, yeah, just rubbish. And she does this, so obviously, also, yes, it's about how stupid she is and how she can't, like, she's got all night and she can't take 6% off a number and then work out how much that is.
Yeah.
And just spend that bit. 6% really isn't a lot to shave off your... and she comes up with the most stupid ideas, like walking on her hands, that I think was meant to be a sort of cute, funny, mystical, dreamy thing for her to say, but it just made her sound like an idiot. And when she was walking on her hands, Anyone else notice this?
The skirt.
Her skirt stays up.
Yep. Well, it'd be rude otherwise, Michael. It's the 60s.
Yeah, so if you're going to have someone walking on their hands and they're wearing a giant skirt, and you can't possibly dream of having them like show their knickerbockers or whatever, don't do a scene where she walks on her hands. Otherwise, you have to do this weird thing where her skirt is a sort of anti-gravity skirt it was just so obvious. And that made me more annoyed than it should have done. I don't know why.
The rules of gravity don't apply in this Toyland adjacent village.
Yeah. It occurs to me they must have put so much effort into making that skirt stay up when they were recording it. And that's effort that they could have done to write a better song.
Are you sure they didn't film it with her the right way up and turn her upside down? Because there were a lot of special effects in this.
Yeah.
And you said they didn't do anything in post. They just turned it upside down.
Yeah, because her hair would have fallen.
You're right, there were
as
special
well.
effects.
I don't think it did. Yes, there were a lot of special effects.
I'm trying to remember now.
This was heavy CGI. I mean, it's quite impressive, really, I suppose.
Maybe not CGI. So there were 5 of her, right? And they were all singing to each other.
I don't know. I was too busy despairing.
But yeah, those special effects. Woo-wee. Did you notice Mother Goose? I didn't notice it the first time. And then I was like, how's she doing? How's she operating that puppet? It's a fake hand!
To be fair, it's quite a good effect.
Yeah, my
isn't it?
mind was blown. Oh. I really thought they were going to be bigger characters.
Yeah.
They were going to do it.
Yeah, shame about that.
At least bookend it.
Yeah, they just sort of evaporated, didn't they?
Yeah.
At least the goose was quite funny as well. Like they weren't great jokes, but there
was something.
I don't remember any of them, but they were something. Yes.
Mm.
Now, if we want good jokes, we want Barnaby and the 2 cronies.
Yeah.
Some proper slapstick there, top quality stuff.
Did anyone else think Penn and Teller when the 2 baddies came on? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought
big
more
bumbling one and the silent one.
Honest John and Gideon.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought of them.
Yep.
And I thought of Laurel and Hardy.
That's
who were
interesting.
in a version of this film.
Yeah.
Weren't they?
Yeah, the original one,
Were
I think.
they? Oh, was this a remake?
I think so.
I didn't realise that until I'd Googled it after you said that.
Good God.
Yeah. This has had a lot of remakes.
Oh, right. Yeah, did you say this one with Keanu Reeves? Eek.
And the plot that came up sounded a bit more interesting. Barnaby's trying to take over Toyland.
Oh.
Ooh.
I mean, Toyland's in it before 2/3 of the way through. And is Keanu Reeves Barnaby?
I don't think so. I think he's Tom.
Okay.
What else?
So Barnaby was good, wasn't he?
Barnaby was great. Yeah. Top quality villain.
So over the top.
Yeah. Whimsical.
So funny.
I'd live with Barnaby. I mean, I'd have chosen Barnaby over Tom.
Yeah.
Barnaby was
He's more
open.
evil, definitely.
Who was more evil?
Very open.
Apart from all the deceit.
Barnaby was more evil.
Tom was more evil.
Okay, right, I think it's time for you to tell us what's wrong with Tom.
The main problem I have with Tom, apart from him just abandoning the gypsies after they gave him the starring role in their circus, I don't know, is that song that he sung to Mary about her being a toy who lives for the man's pleasure.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
I had so I'm going to have to fidget again while I find my phone, because I brought up the lyrics to that. They are not good. That is a bad message.
Yeah.
Okay,
So my
the...
question was,
oh yeah, go on.
Is this song about possession supposed to be romantic?
Yeah, apart from smiling eyes and silken hair, you'll need such loving care, you're just a toy. You were planned and designed with one person in mind, to hold you and keep you forever, and you'll live for the love and happiness of this lonely boy. And each night he will say in a whimsical way, "You're just a toy." What kind of message is that?
There's something to be said about people that like that in a relationship, especially in marriage. And if you attend a Christian marriage, that's basically the message that you get from the Bible, and people are okay with it.
Yeah, okay.
People are idiots. It's love, honour and obey, isn't it, traditionally?
Yeah.
It's definitely an old-fashioned way of looking at it, isn't it?
I would argue that there are several Christians that still see marriage in that light. I wish I could find the passage of the Bible that they usually read. But basically, it just says that the wife should always be basically a subordinate, that should always be there to support her husband, and only to do that.
Yeah. I guess that's fine then.
Yeah.
And then they say that, of course, at the ceremony, as in front of everyone, in front of her. And then she has to say, yes, I agree with all this message. And yes, I do want to marry this person.
Yeah.
Just FYI, Michael.
Crazy.
Not happening.
Oh, okay, I didn't think so. Damn, worth a try.
Do you think you're more of a Tom or a Barnaby?
I think I would be a bit more of a Tom.
Michael.
Out of the two.
So one good thing that I think came from that was, so do you know how he tied her ribbon to her arm at one point so that he could pull her back?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the same ribbon that Barnaby used to tie Tom up later on. It was a green ribbon that he was tied up in. So I think that was him getting his comeuppance.
Yeah, I'll show him.
For being so possessive. He was hoisted by his own petard. So a little bit of or
symbolism. It's a gay film. There's gay undertones.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thanks. Okay, prepared.
Gay undertones.
Barnaby,
take it away, Laura.
Barnaby is coded. He actually has no interest in Mary, only his money, and uses the same method of
Oh, and he claims ownership over Tom in the same way that Tom does over Mary.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, that was it, really.
Yeah.
He was very camp, though.
Oh, yeah, there was that dancing scene where he's
oh my god, yeah, we
Mary.
haven't talked about that. That lasted for 5 minutes.
Is that all? I thought it was about 7 years.
That was great. I was waiting for it to end, but I didn't want it to end. I was just like, how long are they going to do this for? I liked how he began dancing with Mary, and then she clearly wasn't keeping up with him.
I felt a bit bad for him in a way, because he was doing all of this stuff to allure Mary, and he was deceitful and stuff, but in the end he basically said, "Do you want to marry me?" And she said yes. And then she was so awful to him afterwards still. He would like tell everyone in the village, "Oh yeah, we're going to get married," and she'd go, "Oh!" Like you decided, like he's not made this up. You did say yes. Cut the guy some slack.
Yeah, everyone in the village was like, "Oh, poor Mary, poor no, poor Barnaby. He's clearly a lonely old guy. He's not making her. I mean, in
exactly.
a way,
he
manipulated the situation, but we're all okay with that."
Yeah, well, that's as maybe they didn't know that though.
Yeah, they didn't know that exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
Hopeless.
the day after her fiancé died.
She did not seem that upset about Tom. She was more worried about her own money.
Wow.
I'm going to say
maybe
that.
she was never really interested in Tom.
Mm.
And that's why she didn't intervene when Tom was fighting Barnaby at the end. She was hoping it would all go tits up and she'd just be able to be single.
That's what of course. Yeah, she really wasn't. She didn't even seem that. She was kind of glad to see him, but yeah. I don't think she was that into it.
That's what it was.
That'll be it. Yeah, just not that interested.
She was more upset about her sheep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, do you know the other thing I hate about Tom? At the end, when the kids come in, so how they've managed to sleep through all that hubbub is beyond me. And then they're like, "You're playing with toys." And he's like, "That's right, kids. We were playing with the toys." Huh? I'm like, why wouldn't you just explain? What are you doing? Wait, a man's just died. You've just killed someone.
In real life, children would never sleep again, would they? If you were like, "Oh yeah, the toys came to life and started killing people."
The toys you built.
Yeah, it's your fault. Which, to be fair, it probably was. I hated the children.
Weren't they the worst? Oh my god.
Like, the girls were all right. The boys were just dreadful.
At least that one got a pie in the face. That was good. Enjoyed that.
Did one get a pie in the face? I don't remember that.
He threw a banana out in front of that guy who's trying to balance all those pies.
Yeah. Yeah,
but yeah, they were real brats. They were just grimacing the whole time and snatching things and just being aggressive and awful. I hated them.
Even Bo Peep.
Especially Bo Peep.
Oh, I can't remember which one Bo Peep was. It was the boys that were really getting on my nerves.
Do we know how they were related to Mary?
At some point, someone just says, "Oh, and all those kids she looks after."
Oh. She just found them.
I've no idea. Again, the filmmakers thought, we don't give a shit. No one will care about that.
It's her maternal feminine instincts.
I mean,
precisely
for a woman to be
likeable,
she does have to care for someone, doesn't she?
She's just a toy and a mother.
So was Mother Goose her mother?
I didn't. I have no idea.
She literally Mother Goose.
I thought, what else is she? She's literally Goose.
It's the mother of the goose.
Wait, yeah, so the goose was called Goose.
No, the goose was called Sylvester.
And the old lady was called Mother Goose. The goose was called Sylvester.
My friends call me silly.
Yeah.
I liked it when they said Tom Sank, and he was like, "Who's Tom Sank?" Classic Sylvester.
Really bad.
That is quality humour. That is what you need. That's what held this film together.
The very worst parts of the Muppets.
It was the best bit of this film.
Yeah, they just didn't think anything through, did they? That nothing made sense. They were just like, let's just string together some actions.
Yeah, it seems like they kind of hurled the film together a bit.
Yeah. I did read that they fired the director and got a new director in. I think that was quite early on, though, because he bought some sets without telling Walt Disney, and Walt's supposed to have final approval on all of that. So he got fired.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good save, Walt.
Was that the reason he got fired? And then this got made. Oh dear.
And it was a huge flop.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Although,
Yeah, like this was the same period when they were making Mary Poppins.
yeah.
And like just not even close.
Oh yeah, because Ed Wynn is in both, isn't he? Uncle
Oh,
Albert.
Yeah.
The toy maker.
Well, that was very good. Do something else.
Why, thank you.
Wow, it's like he's here.
He's the best.
Do you love to laugh, Uncle Albert?
I just have such a wonderful time. I really like him. Is he Tigger as well?
I think
he?
so, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent.
With a slightly different voice, but yeah, same basic idea. So I pretty much lost it when Barnaby was hatching one of his plots. And he just comes out with the line, "Come, let us pussyfoot." And then they all pussyfooted. It was so good. Just that line alone sort of made the whole film worth it.
Yeah, God, Barnaby was the only saving grace in this whole disaster of it. What would you have done,
Just about.
everyone, to make it good?
I just wouldn't have made it.
Fair enough.
I'd probably have made it a parody, like
Okay.
Shrek, where you're like making fun of the all of the tropes and cliches of fantasy, and fairy tales. I think that could have worked.
Yeah.
I'd have made it a lot less fucking creepy and weird.
But why did you think it
Yeah.
was creepy? I didn't really think it was that creepy.
Right, I've got a whole section here. So firstly, the way everything was a bit like real life, but not quite like real life, and everything just felt like a nightmare and felt like something bad was about to happen anytime. The evil trees were just so sinister and scary. The way that they'd like surround all the children and tell them they can never leave and sing this weird song, and they have such horrible, scary faces. What other kind of stuff? Dolls. Dolls are just scary and weird. Toy soldiers are just scary and weird.
Yeah.
They're just a bit too old-fashioned and a bit too like you stare at them and they stare back at you. And they're a bit like people, but just not quite enough.
Yeah.
What just other stuff that was just so that you remember the machine that makes the toys. The machine, when they overload it, it screams and it says "help" in big letters on the screen. Can you think of anything more nightmarish than that? Like he's built this machine that feels pain.
Sentient.
And then he's just sort of tortured it and exploded it, and it's
Oh my God, you're
it's
right.
yelling help
horrific.
and making screaming sounds. It's just all of this kind of stuff. Yeah, all this stuff with like Mary's in love with Tom, and then Tom gets taken away, and she has to marry someone she doesn't love, and
That's
just all
fine, though.
of
That's
these-
just hijinks.
Yeah, I think it was just too much like Pinocchio in these ways.
Yeah.
That it was just a bit sinister all the way through.
I can see with the trees, and the sentient screaming machine.
Yeah.
It's quite creepy. Those trees, though, they need to consistency, please, trees. You can't suddenly be like, you're going to stay in this forest forever, and then be like, off to a magical Toyland with your children.
Yeah.
But they made him sound so evil. They were like, "Oh, you're going to the Toy Master." And then they got really excited, and it's like, kids, pick up on the tone. Like, this is...
Yeah. But then they got there and it was totally fine after all.
Yeah.
But why was he in this, like, abandoned, ruined city?
Oh my god, yeah, I never
like,
even
what
thought
happened
about that.
to everyone? Was it just him and Grumio?
Is he Grumio's dad?
Is he?
Nah.
Could be.
Probably not.
Did he kill everyone with his previous shrink ray and then forget about it? Or
Is he?
yeah, something funny.
He makes all the toys. This wasn't a Christmas film, by the way. When we're on it, there was barely any. It wasn't even set at Christmas.
Sorry, so this episode is coming out on Boxing Day if all goes to plan. So Merry Christmas, everyone, and fuck you. We picked you this film because we want you to have a horrible Christmas.
That's great. Everyone, all listener, are going to be at home and say,
126! That's how many of them.
Everyone,
Sentient machines!
Favourite podcast is coming out tomorrow, and they watch this really amazing Christmas film. Come, family, let's watch this amazing Christmas film. And then everyone's going to have a nervous breakdown, and then they're going to listen to this and be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to ruin Christmas.
Cool.
Yeah.
So you can follow us on Twitter at Secret Film Pod.
Hashtag ruin Christmas.
I'm so sorry.
And again, I don't think
Wikipedia said it was a Christmas film, but
yeah, they didn't even finish making the toys.
No, it was only half past October as well.
Yeah.
Where are the children at the wedding? Because otherwise they are still in that workshop making those toys.
Maybe they loved making toys.
I don't think. Yeah, well, they'd only been at it for a day though.
The toys.
Yeah, they weren't allowed to play with the toys.
Still, all day. Just about gone through everything that I had.
Was there any more symbolism?
It was all just a symbol for the disaster of humanity.
Yeah.
Oh, the toy masters greed. That was a thing, wasn't it? That ruined the machine if he'd just been content with the machine making one toy at a time.
Although he never learned his lesson. He still grabbed the gun off of him at the end, and it was just
as
fine.
a species, have we learned our lesson?
I think not.
Represents humanity's insufficiency.
Yeah.
Not to be greedy.
To be a subservient wife.
Yeah.
Especially if you can't do maths, then you need a man to do your maths.
Yeah. So here's something. The toy machine just had subtly written on it, E equals MC squared. Does this imply that maybe the toy machine was like a nuclear reactor?
Maybe the opposite.
I'm happy with that.
Generating mass from energy.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
Oh.
So it would have taken a lot of energy to create those toys.
Yeah, no wonder they had to kidnap people who ventured into the forest of no return. Maybe they sapped their human energy.
Oh, that's why there's no one in the city.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
God.
Wow.
Classic
This is a weird film.
It really was.
Still, it was interesting, wasn't it?
I liked it. I'm going to watch the first 15 minutes on Christmas.
I think so. Do you know, the toy soldiers and stuff that are in all the Disney parades?
Yeah.
I think this is where they first appeared.
It is. Which I didn't realise until I was looking up facts about this film, but that was exciting. They should really update that parade.
They really should.
Yeah.
There should be no references to this film ever again.
Yeah, they should Song of the South it. Just completely nuke this film.
Yeah. In favour of a film about black people doing loads of voodoo, as they are now doing.
Yeah, that's what we want.
Yeah.
You're talking about The Princess and the Frog?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we want. In fact, they could do the same thing with the weird parade with all the toy soldiers. Just replace it with people from New Orleans, right? With brass bands and stuff playing jazz.
That would be actually great, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that would be a much better parade.
But
we'll have to write to them.
To Mr.
Dear
Disney.
Mr. Disney.
He's just retiring. Roy Disney.
Who's Roy Disney? You've
Walt's
made
brother.
that up.
I have not.
Walt's brother?
Walt's brother Roy, who's been in charge since Walt died.
Oh. Walt died in 1967?
Yeah.
And you're saying his brother survived him by 53 years?
No, that can't be right. I think Roy is dead. Who's in charge now? There's someone in charge now who's being forced to retire. That can't be
I hear
right.
that Walt did drugs, but Roy Disney.
Oh.
Fabulous.
Do you like
I'll
that?
message Kira. We'll find out who's in charge of Disneyland.
Once a wrap.
Who's in charge of Disney? Probably. Turns out Roy did die in the 80s, so my bad. Bob Chapek.
Okay.
Oh, Bob Chapek.
Or Robert Iger? I don't know. I don't know at all. Kira had a very interesting theory about Disney last night as we were watching this, which is that all the princesses can be grouped into groups of 3 in terms of their personality and theme. And happy to discuss that more if anyone.
Yeah, I want some deets.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, we've got the first 3. Even though they're quite far apart in time, I think there's 20 years between Sleeping Beauty and Snow White or something.
What?
All very, quite obviously, meek. You know, they don't really take action. All the princes
probably can't do maths.
Probably can't do maths. And they first discovered by the princes when they're in their peasant outfits or in rags, like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella are all, Anyway.
What? But the prince first meets Cinderella at the ball.
Yeah.
Doesn't he meet her... Is it at the ball? I thought he met her before that. Oh, you're right. I think there might be a flaw in
Does he bring the
Kira's.
invitation to the ball? I can't remember.
No, he doesn't. I think she's thinking about another adaptation of Cinderella where he does bump into her when she's in her rags. Anyway, okay, never mind. That's just not important. The next ones... Who are the next ones? Ariel, Belle, and Jasmine, the defiant princesses.
Oh, so this is like 40 years later,
there have
right?
been several people
this is in the
in
new
charge
era.
of Disney since then.
So they follow on. Like, so first there's Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, and Cinderella, and then there's Ariel, Pocahontas, and Jasmine.
Yep.
And they're all the rebellious
What happened
ones.
to Belle?
Oh,
yeah,
that's what I meant.
all...
Ariel, Belle, and Jasmine.
Okay. Because Pocahontas fits in there as well, doesn't she?
Oh, wait, what did I say? Oh, Christ. You know what? Maybe I should do some research. I can't remember the princesses well enough.
Ariel and Jasmine are both definitely quite defiant, aren't they? Belle, I'm not so sure.
Well,
they
Belle
all
runs
dream
off
of
into
something
the
greater
forest.
than themselves. But...
Yes.
Is it define their father? Because
I think she actually grouped Jasmine, Pocahontas, and Mulan together. And Belle, Ariel, and someone else. This is not coherent at all.
Oh, well. It was a great idea, except Cinderella doesn't fit in the first one, Belle doesn't fit in the second one.
I mean, personality-wise, they do fit.
Yeah, okay. So, Mary is definitely in the first category, isn't she?
Oh, 100%.
Not exactly a rebellious breakaway type.
Is she a princess? Don't ruin the name of princesses everywhere.
Mary's a bit of a princess, isn't she?
Oh, I got the groupings mixed up. Okay, so we've got Cinderella, Aurora, Ariel are in a group. Belle, Jasmine, Pocahontas in a group. The rebellious, the defiant ones. Then we have Pocahontas, Mulan, and Tiana, who all happen to be the princesses of colour, except for Jasmine. Anyway, then we've got Rapunzel, Moana, and Anna from Frozen, who are all the naive, kind of bubbly, almost very goofy, the goofy princesses.
Sorry, who were they?
Rapunzel, Anna, and Moana.
Okay, I don't know Moana, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's everything. My apologies. We'll just cut this. This is rambling.
Does Merida ever count as a Disney princess?
I think she technically does, but kind of tends to get excluded for the fact that she's a child.
She's the best one. Yeah, but she's the best character.
I disagree.
I like her.
I don't like Merida.
She's great. She can shoot arrows.
That's true.
Dead good.
I can shoot arrows.
Not dead good, though.
No, not dead good.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts about this?
No,
this
I ran out of thoughts about
monstrosity?
that, so I started talking about something else that I was interested in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I think I said everything I thought, to be fair. Fernando?
I think I've said everything that I wanted to say, yes.
Would you have married Mary
No.
if she had a huge fortune?
Yes.
Right answer.
What was the last film we watched?
Oh, can't remember now. Shaft.
Shaft. What connects them? You got to solve the case of the missing person / sheep who...
Yeah.
Missing character.
Missing characters need to be pursued. That's pretty much all I can think of.
Yeah, that's about as much as I can
relationships.
Toxic
relationships. There we go.
Casual misogyny.
Yeah. And women that should know better. Just leave him.
Wait, sorry.
Leave them all.
Sorry, you're saying it's the woman's fault?
No, I'm saying they should know better, though. I'm saying Mary shouldn't put up with that shit, and neither should Shaft's girlfriend.
Male attitude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no, they should put up with it. I changed my mind. They should carry on letting the men treat them like that.
Men shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yes. We can all agree on that, I think. God, you can't win, can you?
Typical woman.
I guess, so the main difference being Mary was actually completely stupid, whereas Shaft's girlfriend was just unaware.
Yeah. Yeah, she really didn't have any redeeming features at all.
Nah.
Oh well.
Sadly.
Right, well. Yeah.
So, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah.
Go and watch Home Alone.
Yeah.
Do you know what? At this rate, go and watch Jingle All the Way. And, like,
literally anything else.
Yeah, no, I think that would be a better Christmas film than this. That's sad, isn't it?
Wait, are we done?
Yes.
I'm done.
This was only 1 hour and 14 minutes. We still have to talk for more. I think we should talk for 3 hours, maybe.
Should be at least twice the length of the film.
Yes.
God, the runtime did pass by quite quickly, though, I have to say.
Did it? Did it really?
Of the film?
Yeah.
Oh, God, no. I had to check. Because I thought, like, I'm sure this was only like an hour and a half, and I checked and it had been an hour and 10. It's like, oh, God, it feels like it's been going on for 2 hours. That's just me,
I'll take it back. Yeah. Okay, I'll play the music before we get kicked off of Zencaster again.
new information about the number of people downloading.
Oh.
So you can't get many analytics off off Apple, but I installed a thing on the server to track the number of people who are downloading episodes, and it's surprisingly high numbers. It was like the last 3 or 4 days I've had it running, and there's been between 3 and 10 downloads.
Really?
Of episodes each day.
Oh my god!
I know.
Which is pretty good. Until today,
episodes per day.
Yeah.
What?
On the highest day, but then I looked today, and it said 90 today.
What?
And I don't know if that's some kind of
Error?
I don't know if we suddenly went viral, or if there was an error, or I'm going to check it again. But it appears that we have dozens of listeners.
Oh my god!
It might be the students coming back to St Andrews.
Maybe. Oh no. That's too close to home. I don't want people to know.
It's all right. It says don't tell anyone.
That's true.
On the podcast. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's going to really restrict us going viral, isn't it? The explicit instructions to not tell anyone.
Yeah, that's what's stopping us.
That's it. That's the only reason. So potentially a lot of people listening, which is kind of exciting.
Does it say from which countries you're listening?
No, I was trying to find ways to break it down a bit, but it doesn't.
So it's not like Blogger that automatically tells you which countries are reading your blog.
Exactly. Unfortunately, yeah, I love it on my cocktail blog. I can see all the different these people from America are reading, and these people from Russia, and these busty Ukrainian babes want to spend time with you, and all of that.
We should have a chat about that sometime.
Oh yeah, I'll show you all of the busty Ukrainian babes that are reading my cocktail blog. that all have made up names, and
they're not made up names; they're just Ukrainian names.
No,
Stop being racist.
They're definitely made up because multiple of them have the same picture, and if you talk to any of them, they ask you for money, right?
I don't know. I don't have a blog.
I don't think they're real busty Ukrainian babes. But if you set up a blog, you'll find them.
Oh, that's not true. I do. I have a blog with that one post on it.
Oh yeah. I've forgotten what that was.
It was called Claire Eats. I was going to post about food.
Once a big success.
Yeah.
That's true. I went for breakfast in Forgans and wrote about it.
That's great.
That's great.
That's the best blog. Please never add anything else.
Okay.
Can we share a link with all the listeners?
Yeah, absolutely. You can read my summary of how disappointing the veggie sausage was.
It wasn't even a rave review. It was just a disappointing breakfast.
It was just, it was fine.
Here, listeners, read our partner blog. There will be no further updates.